Welcome to Affirmation Babe Podcast. I am Ashley Diana, your host, and I'm really excited to share this new format with you where I walk you through more about affirmations and the real nitty-gritty, how to use them, how to use them most effectively, what are they, why do they work, all the things to live your best life, to use affirmations in the greatest way possible, and really to get the most out of this podcast. Before we dive into our first topic, I just wanted to say thank you for being an Affirmation Babe listener. Thank you for sharing this podcast with your loved ones. The messages that we receive on a daily basis are so incredible and so empowering for us to continue. And the shifts that have happened and unfolded in your lives has been absolutely incredible. So the greatest gift to me is that it helps you. So again, thank you for being here and thank you for sharing it. I love that affirmations are becoming more and more popular, even in the mainstream type of media with influencers, with bloggers on Instagram. It's freaking awesome. But let's talk about what affirmations actually are, because there are people, pages, different types of, I see affirmations being used in the wrong way on certain platforms at times. And I just wanted to educate you, because if you're using them, using this podcast, so you actually kind of know what it is you're doing. Today, we're also going to briefly talk about why affirmations are important. Have you ever found yourself wondering, why are these important? I'm doing them. I'm waking up and saying my affirmations. I'm listening to the Affirmation Babe podcast. But why? Why is it important that I incorporate this into my daily routine? I would say that the question I get the most in my DMs, and most recently on a Q&A, if you tune in on Spotify, I'll have a Q&A in the caption of this post as well. The question is, I really like affirmations, but can you please talk to me more about why they work? Or people have told me that they work and I found your podcast, but I really just want to know more. How do they actually work? There's a lot of information that I could share with you, and it's super awesome and exciting. Can you tell I'm starting to nerd out when it comes to affirmations? Today, I'm simply going to cover what they are and why they are important. In a following podcast, I'll break it down because there's a lot of different ways that you can use them. I'll break that down in a future podcast, the next podcast. Affirmations are powerful, present tense, positive thoughts, words, or phrases that you intentionally choose to think or to speak over and over again. Repetition is key. So to affirm something, it simply means that you declare that it is true in the now. Affirmations are simple positive statements declaring these specific truths or goals in their completed state. Like you're already there. You've done it. You are there in the present, even if it hasn't happened yet. Typically, affirmations start with I am, because I am is in the present. It is affirming that you are something or you have something right now. For example, I am confident. I'm full of energy and vitality. I am releasing anything that weighs me down. I am worthy. I am worthy of healthy and fulfilling relationships. I am vibrant. I am fun. I am playful. I am beautiful. I am enough. You've heard these before. I know you've heard them before. You've seen them somewhere on social media. You've seen them in a book. You've seen them on this podcast. I know you've seen I am statements. They're amazing. Affirmations, get this. Affirmations are this. They are a tool. Affirmations are a tool to help you attract the things, the feelings, the experiences, and the overall life that you want and you desire. Affirmations help shift your mindset, and they help you step into resonance with the life that you desire. Now, this is a little bit of an advanced topic, so stepping into resonance with what it is that you desire is, in my opinion, a better way of saying you attract the things that you want. This is something that I discovered from one of my mentors, John Assaraf, and I loved how he worded it, that this law of attraction, affirmations, those sort of things, really what they do, instead of just sitting here and everything just falls into your lap, like a big bag of money just falls out of the sky. Now, hey, sometimes it may feel like that, but really what's happening is not that you actually become a magnet for money. But what happens is you step into that frequency. Now, I know that kind of makes it sound kind of woo-woo. One thing I try to do is break things down, and I love some woo-woo stuff, but it's not as much my vibe. My goal and my purpose is to be a bridge between one side that maybe doesn't use affirmations and the woo-woo side, a bridge in the middle so that more people and mainstream can use these amazing spiritual tools to help better their lives. So with that, that's why I, ironically, very much resonated with what John Assaraf was teaching, which is that to make some of this a little more tangible for you, and perhaps if you're looking for to understand how it works and what it is in a little less woo-woo way and in a more tangible manner, what happens when you use affirmations is that you step into resonance with what it is that you want. I'm going to get more into that later. It may sound a little outlandish right now, but for those of you that maybe have been studying this already a while, I will leave that with you to chew on and think about. So going back to what affirmations are, they are powerful statements that are in the present tense. True affirmations are not this. I will have a great day today. I will have the business of my dreams. Those are really future tense positive statements. They're not affirmations. They're still okay. And once in a while, we use them in the Affirmation Babe episodes that you listen to, but to make the sentences flow a little bit better. But affirmations are simple, I am powerful statements, or anything that's in the present tense that's powerful and as if you have it right now. The reason that I will blank, whatever that may be, is not the best affirmation to use. And I would even say not a good affirmation to use because it keeps you not having it. It keeps saying, well, I'm going to have it. I will have it one day. And although that may be a positive way of thinking, the whole point of affirmations is for them to be in the present tense so that your brain begins to believe that you have the things or the feelings and the experiences that you want so that you do actually finally step into resonance with the things that you want. Have you ever had an area in your life where no matter what you do, you kind of keep just going back to the starting place? Or there's areas that you want to see improvement, you want to have change, but it just doesn't seem to happen. Or have you ever hit a plateau? Are you at a plateau right now, but it just feels like you're stuck? Affirmations can help with all of that. I know because I have been there. But before I tell you my story, let's talk about why affirmations are important and how they actually do help to get you the things that you want and to live the life that you want to be living. Our beliefs are formed when we're children. The reason they're formed when we're children, without getting super in-depth and completely off the planet nerdy with you right now, but in the simplest, easiest, quickest way to share it form, is that when you're a child, we have a mind and we have a subconscious mind. When we're a child, our subconscious mind is open. And when our subconscious mind is open, all of the thoughts, ideas, beliefs, habits, everything around us is being soaked up like a sponge into our body and to our mind. So we tend to grow up with the same beliefs and the habits and the thoughts and the mindset, which is typically a limited mindset around many things, around different areas. What area of your life do you have something that seems very similar to a family member or a mentor? Is it in the relationship department, the finances department? Is it in your belief in yourself or your self-esteem? What areas can you see patterns in maybe people in your family or people that have been very close to you growing up? What happens is we carry these limiting beliefs that we didn't even mean to have as little babies and little children, and we carry them into our adult life. Unless we've been practicing self-development when we were children and we had parents that were involved in self-development. But even so, there will still be areas that it is just, you can't help it, that you believe things basically that are not true about yourself and about your abilities and what you can or cannot have. When we have these thoughts and beliefs that happen over and over again, they're dictating the results that we get, because they're also dictating our actions, because it's all on a subconscious level. Now, your mind, if you're taking notes, I will say this twice, but your mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So because of that, this is why affirmations can work. This is why affirmations work. They work because you can take a positive I am statement. I am confident. I am successful. I am the most self-disciplined person that I know. Even if all of that is not true at all, or you don't believe it to be true right now, you can tell yourself this with consistency and repetition, and it starts to impress on your subconscious mind. And because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined, you can tell yourself a better lie, which is a lie, which is what Marissa Peer, who is a hypnotherapist, what she says. She says, you're already lying to yourself. Tell yourself a better lie. And I think that is spectacular. You're already lying to yourself. Now, hear me out. This is what I mean. I'm too old. I'm too old to do that. I'm too young. I'm not pretty enough. I'll do that when I lose weight. I don't have enough money. There's not enough clients in my town. I suck at social media. I can't do those kind of things. There's no good men out there. There's no good women out there. I can't find a good partner. There's none of them left. The job market sucks. I can't find a job. I'm not creative. I'm not talented. That's for other people. It's not for me. Have you ever said anything like that before? Guess what those are? They're lies. They're limiting beliefs. They're something that you've taken with you after information that you've gathered in knowledge and experiences and beliefs from way, way, way long ago. Maybe a boss told you, oh, nobody in this area makes that kind of money. So, doesn't mean you can't. That's their reality. It doesn't have to be yours. So, we carry that crap with us. And it's a heavy load, y'all. You carry that with you, and it's time to dump it out on the side of the street. Affirmations can help you dump it out, okay? So again, in Marissa's words, tell yourself a better lie. You're already telling yourself lies because none of that is true. So tell yourself a positive lie. I am confident. I love the way I look in the mirror. I am wildly financially successful. I'm the most self-disciplined person I know. You've told yourself over and over again, I'm just filling in the blank, I'm just making this up. You've been telling yourself over and over again, I can't do this because I'm not that. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I need to get more. I don't know enough yet. I'm too young. I'm too old. It's my city. It's my town. You've been telling yourself that for so long. And guess what? Because you have been telling yourself so long, you and others have been impressing that onto your subconscious mind. Therefore, you, your body, your mind believes it. Therefore, you don't take the action that you want to take or should be taking and not getting the results that you want because you're carrying all these limiting beliefs and literally zero are serving you. So if you can replace those with positive I am statements, even if you don't believe it at all to begin with, it's fine. You don't have to believe it initially, but you will. Because that's what happens. That is literally how the mind works. Now, you may not believe it in the first day or the next day or the next day or the next day, but I promise you, look in the mirror, say your positive affirmations, you will begin to embody it and to step into resonance with those things that you want. That is how they work and why they work in a very, what should I call this? A nutshell, so that we're not here for 3 or 4 hours. But the cool thing is we have a lot more to talk about because there's a lot more that we can dive into with affirmations. Is this making sense so far? I know I got just a moment ago, very wildly passionate about what I was saying. I just wanted to check in to make sure that it is making sense to you. I'd love if you send me a DM on my Instagram. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about this kind of format and content. My personal Instagram is at Miss Ashley Diana, Diana. I'll put it in the show notes so you can find it, but I'd love for you to send me a DM and just kind of let me know how we're doing. Daily affirmations are to the mind what exercise is to the body. Let's break that down. Your mind and your brain is like a muscle. So working on affirmations or working with affirmations is kind of like taking your brain to the gym. They are a form of mental training. Now, if you want to have a physical transformation, what do? Well, you move your body, you exercise, you may go to a gym, you may go for walks, you may stretch. But if you want to have a physical transformation, you want your body to change, you have to move some sort of movement or exercise consistently. You have to do it multiple times. We all know going to the gym once doesn't work. And I wish it did, because if any of you know me personally, it's not my favorite thing. I wish I could do affirmations just for exercise and never have to. I like to chillax, let's put it that way. I really like to relax. So working out has not been my bestie, but I'm going to do some affirmations for it and work towards getting excited about going to the gym. But that's not what this is about today. Let's get back on topic, Ashley. Eventually, with the right amount of repetition and consistency with your mindset work, with your affirmations, you will achieve the results you're looking for in your mind. You will have an inner transformation. And again, consistency and repetition. It's literally like just going to the gym once and hoping that you all of a sudden have your dream body because you went to the gym once. And I know it sometimes feels like that, but it's like if you listen to one episode of Affirmation Babe, or like say, I am confident once, are you gonna, if you've never done it before, you're gonna feel like walking on stage and, doing a public speech, or maybe, that would be really cool. I hope so. But you most likely, most of us, I know me, I would need repetition and consistency with that, plus visualization, which I'll talk about in another episode. But to help you achieve those inner results and that confidence, the way you want to feel and the mindset that you want to have. To go back to something I mentioned earlier, which was, have you ever felt like you've hit a plateau, or you felt like, let's talk about New Year's. That's a great example. New Year's, you set some resolutions, 30 days, 60 days, some amount of time after the resolution. You're just not motivated anymore. It just doesn't happen. You just find other things you'd rather be doing, or distractions, or just the biggest excuses in the world. You know what they say? The only thing better than an excuse is a good excuse. So if you've ever had something like that happen, where you're like, why do I keep starting this and I just keep stopping and I can't figure it out, or something always comes in the way, I just basically always find something more important and I don't reach that goal year after year after year. Your finances, your income department could be the same. If you've been making the same money over and over and over again and you haven't wanted to, and you kind of don't know why, you feel like you're working the same amount of time or maybe even harder. Well, majority of the time, that's a paradigm holding you back. It's a mindset holding you back. And we'll talk about that in a future podcast if you'd like to hear more about paradigms. Anytime you want to reach a goal, you must retrain or reprogram, rewire, whatever word you want to use. You have to do that at a subconscious level. Willpower alone, or motivation, just gets you started. It'll only take you so far. You can only just stay naturally motivated for a certain amount of time. It doesn't, take you into years and years. If you want a different result, you have to retrain your brain and your mind. And again, affirmations are an incredible tool to do just that. And the reason I like them is that they're quite simple. Now, you have to be self-disciplined. And I know that can be a challenge. That's something that I do affirmations on, is to continue to be self-disciplined. I get it. But they're quite a simple exercise. Having motivation, having willpower, if you have that kind of thing, if you're a self-starter, if you can get motivated and energized to start new things or to do things, that's awesome, because that's important to have to get you going. But it's a great conscious ability. And the truth is, everyone can do it. Everyone can consciously say, well, you know what? these results, I'd like to get something different. Well, I should probably do this. Let me get out of bed earlier. Let me be more organized. Let me work a little bit harder, whatever it may be. Consciously, you can say or make a list. I'm going to do these things, and I know that it will take me to that result that I want. But, if you don't develop the habits at the non-conscious level, you're never going to ultimately achieve those goals. Maybe not any of them, but certainly not all of them. Affirmations help you achieve your goals, the life you want to live. And something that I really want you to think about is the feeling that you want to have. It's one thing to have things that you like and you want, but if you don't feel a certain way while having them, what was it all for? Just a little food for thought. But I think affirmations are very important to help you step into the feelings that you want to have when you wake up in the morning, and every day you just feel a little bit better or a lot better as you move forward. The last tip, if you're taking notes, again, if you're listening on a drive, that's great. Don't take notes. But this is a good number to remember. With your affirmations, it's great to stick to a certain 1 or 2 affirmations for a minimum of 66 days. Any sort of habit that you're really wanting to implement long-term needs to be minimum of 66 days, more like 100. It takes 66 days minimum to change a neural network in your brain. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I hope it's got you excited about affirmations and being a part of this community and podcast. I am so excited to be here for you and help be your guide and help you achieve the life you want to live and the way that you want to feel, because I think we all deserve to wake up feeling good, feeling happy, and knowing and believing that we really can have the things that we want. And it's not just available to others. It's really available to you. It's available to everyone. And I believe that with every fiber of my being, that you can have everything that you want. And that's why I often say you can have it all. And that's really a tagline for Affirmation Babe brand, because you can. And again, affirmations are a tool to help you get there. By the way, this new format is not going to replace any of the current affirmation episodes that we post. We'll still be posting those every single week. This will just be an addition. We have a lot of exciting new episodes, interviews, products, all kinds of good, exciting things coming your way. Again, I appreciate you. I love you. You can have it all. And again, please feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram. Let me know what you thought about this type of format, this episode. Next time, I will be talking about ways to use affirmations. And again, check the show notes, check the Q&A. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have an incredible day. And an affirmation that I actually say myself every day that I wanted to share with you when I wake up in the morning, and my daughter says it as well, it's like kind of one of our family affirmations, is this: what a wonderful day. All is well. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Affirmation Babes. If you have ever wanted to create your own podcast, look no further than the Anchor app. Anchor is what I use to host the Affirmation Babe. It's free and it's super easy. You can record, edit, and publish your podcast right from your phone. And Anchor does the work for you by getting your podcast on all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, and more. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Follow the Affirmation Babe on Instagram. Did you love this affirmation? Take a screenshot or selfie and tag us. And also, send me a message personally and let me know what you would love to hear more of. I'm Ashley Diana, founder of Affirmation Babe. Connect with me at Miss Ashley Diana on Instagram. I can't wait to hear from you. And remember, you can have it all.